Hello, everyone. Welcome to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at Charlie Thorne and the Last Equation, chapter 38 and 39. It starts off with Charlie making a phone call. Just one phone call to her Swiss bank account. And she talks about how, before she stole all the money from that one company. I can't remember, like Liberty or Victory or something. She had been researching banks, and especially banks that didn't ask a lot of questions. And there were several countries that had some pretty private banks, but Swiss bank accounts were the most famous. So she called up a banker from Switzerland and learned that she didn't have to tell them her name, her age, where she got the money, anything. Just make the account, have a number, send money there. That's all. That's all they cared about. So she set up a Swiss bank account, and here in Jerusalem, she calls her banker and tells her to do some stuff with her money. While this is going on, Dante is looking for a car to steal. Now they have to be really careful because they can't take a taxi, they can't take like a car ride sharing or Uber, something like that. They couldn't like smash a window and steal a car. They had to be really careful. And so Dante was looking at this really fancy restaurant where a car would pull up, and a valet, someone who drives your car for you, would come over, take your keys, and park the car for you. And so Dante saw this one really mean customer come in. And so Dante stole the keys from that car and stole that car. And they took off in the car. And in this car, I think it was a Jeep, they start to say like, hey, Charlie, who did you call? Oh, I called my banker. Where are we going? We're going to the airport. What? Are you crazy? Of course they'll look for us at the airport. We're going to go to the private terminal. Yeah, the CIA airplane is private and we can't get it. No. I got our own private jet airplane. What? How much did that cost? Charlie ignores it. It's okay. I think we'll be safe there. They won't be able to find us. Wait, Charlie, how much did that plane cost? Charlie still didn't answer. I say, well, even if we go to the private airport, they might still have agents there looking for us. You might be right, Charlie thinks. Let's do another trick to make it so we can have a greater chance of success. And so she makes another phone call. And this leads us, excuse me, to the next chapter, where Samil is at the headquarters of the Mossad, trying to send out all his agents to patrol the line. They have like a fence with mines and everything around Israel. Agents patrolling the line looking for people. Agents in the airport. Agents walking through the city. People everywhere trying to find Charlie, Milana, and Dante. Oh, sorry. The plan. You know what? I think I already explained this one. The plan was Charlie telling her plan how they're going to take an airplane out of Tel Aviv. Okay. And spreading the net. This is Samil. Samil is spreading his net of agents, trying to look everywhere for the agents. Even at the private terminal, which is a little bit harder because billionaires don't like to be bothered. And bothering one billionaire could be more of a hassle than bothering 10,000 tourists. And so he has to be a lot more careful with the private terminal. But he does send an agent over there to try to work things. He does call them and ask them to increase their security, but he doesn't know how it's going to go. But he's spreading agents everywhere. And then someone comes in. Agent Samil, we got her. What do you mean? The little girl. She went into a store and bought a phone. She made a phone call. We're tracing her right now. Oh, He doesn't smile. Good news. Continue. He doesn't want to be too excited yet. And he thinks, okay, this girl's special, but he has teenage girls. Sometimes they can do some dumb things, and sometimes they can be really scary. Okay, I think this is going to work. He gets another. Okay, we're tracking her. We got agents closing in. They're in this Jeep, and we're going to surround them. Oh, man, this is looking good. And then we skip over to the Furies, who are listening in. The Furies are in a stolen van. They've not killed the driver. Means they knocked him out, and they're speeding their way, listening to the transmissions, trying to get to Charlie first. And that's kind of how the chapter ends. I'm really curious what's going on here. What's Charlie's plan? First word here is catered. Catered is like serve or provide for something. Oftentimes we use this word meaning preparing and providing food. So if you go to a wedding, the wedding is usually catered. People are coming in, making the food, serving the food, and cleaning up the food. You pay for everything and they do the work. And this bank that Charlie uses caters to their customers very well. They take care of their customers very well, and they do all sorts of things if you can pay. The next word here is funneled. Funneled is to direct or move different things. Of course, the most common way I think of is using water and maybe using an actual funnel, which has a big end to a small end, and maybe funneling water into a bottle or something like that. Or a lot of money directing it to this bank account. And desperate straits. I'm not exactly sure where this expression comes from, but it just means like really important situation. So desperate means life or death. And straits, I think, is talking about a boat, like going through a narrow part in an ocean or river where it's too. A strait is like a long cliff next to each other with water going in between. And so if you're trying to go through this area and it's like rainy or stormy, your boat could crash into the wall and sink and everyone can die. So it's very dangerous. Desperate straits. Obsequiously. Oh, wow. That's a really tough one. Obsequiously. Okay, I just wanted to look up the pronunciation here. Obsequious. There we go. Man, I've never really seen this word written out before. Obsequiously. Obsequiously means obedient, obeying, being very proper. And I can imagine this would be Charlie in this case, but I can't remember the exact context. The next word here is disdainfully. Yeah, this is Agent Moon looking at Charlie. Oh, what? With disgust or anger or even maybe confusion here. Stack the odds in our favor. So if you are rolling a dice, okay, and you need to roll a 1, okay, you only have one dice and you need to roll a 1, your odds are very small, okay? But let's say you want to increase your chance to get that 1. So maybe you add an extra dice or 2 extra dice. The more dice you add, the greater chance you have to get a 1. And so we say stacking the odds in your favor, making it more likely that the chance of whatever you need happens. And so because of the tension of going on here and maybe the agents finding them, Charlie needs to increase the chance that her plan will succeed. She needs to stack the odds in her favor. And the last word on this page here is penance. And penance is like a way to punish yourself for your bad behavior. It's usually used in like churches or religious things, a monk or something like that for Buddhism or Hindu, where you do something wrong and you have to hurt yourself to pay for that wrong thing, to make your God happy or something like that. And we call that penance. And so Simil wasn't taking any medicine to pay for his mistake of losing Charlie. So the next word here is liaise. Liaise means to kind of meet with and plan or kind of make some conversation and help meet or someone in the middle to help things go smoothly. Sorry. Clout is like this respect or power that you have just based with your name or your actions. Zionism is the belief and maybe hope that Israel becomes a nation. And so in World War II, a lot of Jewish people didn't have a country to live in. And so, but they wanted it. They wanted this country back. And this desire is called Zionism, this hope for Israel, this hope for the Jewish people to come together. And that's what Einstein really helped create, the country of Israel. This leads us to discussion question. Who do you think should end up with Pandora? Right? Sumil said, okay, if we catch Charlie, maybe Pandora will end up in Israel's hands after all. Not the Americans, not the Furies or whoever, but Israel. Ooh, this is exciting. But what about you? Do you think there should be some country or some power who ends up with Pandora? Of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today. But thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.